I want to give honor to God. Not cliche just because we're in church, but I need to give honor to God. Because God took me from whatever was in store for me and put me on the right path. And I stand before you humbly and accept the support and nomination to be the next mayor of the great city of Camden. I want to recognize some fine individuals that are here today that have been part of the struggle, working in various capacities. And I want to recognize my assemblyman, former councilman, Arthur Barkley, a legend. Senator Nelson Cruz Perez, thank you. Freeholder Carmen Rodriguez. Our great sheriff of Camden County, that is none other than Gilbert Whit Wilson. Thank you. And I can tell you, I share the same, and you do as well. You have a lovely, wonderful wife that has given her life to public service, and that's our school board president, Martha Wilson. Several other individuals here. We have Minister Wasim Mohammed, who is working on the Board of Education. And we have our team, which is every single person that is here this afternoon. We cannot do it without you. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you for believing in us, and thank you for working with us. The mayor and I, and our team, who's right here, and I'll talk about them shortly, as God-fearing individuals, we believe that God chose us for this time. Over the last 20 years in public service, we had good elected officials, we had good mayors. But the reality is that many were afraid to make the right decisions for the citizens of Camden City. And Mayor Dana Red and I, along with Councilman Fuentes mentioned, that the ability to have a consensus from my governing body, sat in back rooms, not the smoke-filled ones, the ones that had the realities of financial books, the ones that had the realities that we had to make the right decisions to get Camden back on track. The reality that Dana Red, Mayor Red and I shed tears before a press conference in your conference room. No one knew that, Mayor. But as I said, we have always put the interest of the residents and everyone in Camden City before our political futures. So while I'm standing here, I give God the glory and the honor for that opportunity. Let's give God. I'm no special kid. Excuse my throat. Been battling this. I'm just a typical kid from Kramer Hill. That's where you are right now. Kramer Hill. Right? Literally, I grew up 2 blocks away from here on 22nd and River Road. I was nurtured by a single mother whose father left at a young age. I said, it's typical, right? A lot of people can share that with me. But I had brothers, sisters, and extended family that played a role of that father. And I want to recognize a few of them today. I want to recognize them all today. I want to recognize the oldest brother of all, and we all have the same barber and haircut, by the way. The oldest brother of all, who decided to serve this country in the military for 25 plus years and retired honorably. The individual who shepherded us as kids and made sure that we kept in the right path, and made sure that we learned how to cook, clean, and do all the personal things that you could for yourself. Because everyone can share that amongst the family. And I want to recognize my oldest brother, Louis, who is here. Tony, take a stand if you will, please. His lovely wife, Iris, who has known me since I was this high. I'm not that much taller, but she has been more than a sister-in-law. She's been a sister and many times a mother. And Iris, I love you and thank you. I have my sister Miriam here, who a lot of people say we look a lot alike. We worship together. When she needs something, she calls me and vice versa. And Miriam, I love you. Thank you for being here. And Miriam and her husband, I check for you. There's 7 of us. We have one, the oldest, Maria, is in Orlando, Florida. My sister Anna and my brother Jimmy, who suffered a stroke several years ago, live in Nevada. But I want to recognize the individual that is going to be my proxy. He will be standing in because they call him my twin. When it's tough meetings and I have to give face, I'm going to have Lito show up. But no, let me say this personally. Lito is the reason why I'm standing here today. Lito is the one that introduced me to John Cornegay, Reverend J. Allen Nemo, Teddy Henson, and said, listen, there's an opportunity for you to become an employee of the city of Camden. And that was literally 27 years ago. Brother, I love you. Thank you so much. You heard from my daughter, and I have my wonderful son that I'm so proud of, who decided right out of high school to serve this country in the United States Air Force. And honorably served 6 years and is now looking to go into public safety, and that's Frank Jr., who's here. My son-in-law who is here, who he along with my daughter gave me the best present I could ever have. That's Evan Justin, who's the love of my life, my grandson. And there's another bun in the oven, and that's a little girl coming. And last but not least, I want to recognize my wife's family, who are all my sisters, and Frankie is my brother. My mother-in-law, when my mother passed away, she said, don't worry, I'm here for you. I'm going to be your mother. My father-in-law has been an amazing man to the family and a support. And as my wife said, we've been together since we were 14, so I'm literally like a brother, whatever, right? Because we've grown up together. And I want my in-laws family to please stand up and be recognized. Todo mi gente. As you can see, and I can go around the room and speak highly about every single person that is here because you folks are special. I started out humble roots. I was just an average employee working to clean the city of Camden, to provide recreational services to the city of Camden. I know what it is to work late hours. I know what it is to work for director Novella Starks Hinson. One thing I can tell you is that Ms. Hinson, as a Director of Community Affairs and Health and Human Services, was passionate about making sure that we provided residents of the city of Camden with opportunity. And Ms. Hinson, I'm standing here because of you as well. Thank you for all your support. And I know there is a gentleman in heaven looking down, by the name of Theodore Teddy Hinson. Mr. Hinson had the eye for talent and recruited quite a few leaders in the city of Camden, i.e. Senator Cruz Perez, Mayor Dana Red, and this servant right here. So we thank you, Teddy. So folks, I am that typical kid from Craven Hill, no more special than the next kid that lived next to me. Many, many statistics would have said that I would not be standing here today. But I believe that we have wonderful people in this city that are the unsung heroes of what happens in this city. Yeah. I remember, and I see Miss Sally Harvey back there, and I just spoke to our great dear friend, former Mayor Gwendolyn Faison. Gwendolyn Faison in 1997 gave the deciding vote to put me on city council. And I was a young guy. I mean, I don't think I was even 30 at the time. But they saw the passion, the willingness, and the fire in the belly. But we were individuals with fire in the belly, but willing to be led. We followed the lead of individuals that were grounded, that had history, that had a track record. And that's why we've been successful in leading this city. Yes, we have. Don't let anybody tell you. We have been successful in leading this city. This area right here was once known as the dumps. If you were from Craven Hill, you knew that this was the dumps. Lito and I, and many of our other friends, used to ride our bikes through these trails. I believe that's why we lost our hair. But that's a class action. Literally, we played on this ground. And because there's a vision, there's commitment, there was an exceptional mayor, an exceptional city council, we stand here at the great Kroc Center, and it is a state-of-the-art facility for everyone in this city to use and enjoy. And let's give us a round of applause. Additionally, within the next 2.5 years, you're going to see an investment of $20 million to improve the perimeter of this building. It's going to be a park where you can come and jog, you can fish, you can kayak, you can enjoy picnic areas, or just read a book under the tree. That's part of the success, folks. I can sit here and talk about the billions of dollars that we're seeing in development on the Camden waterfront and throughout the Camden area. That's testament to what? The decision that we made a few years ago to change our policing mechanism. Because no one was going to come into the city if the city continued the trend of violent crime that it was. The decisions that we made on the Board of Education to take a leap of faith to improve the quality of education for every child in the city of Camden is why you see those developments. And more importantly, the honorable leadership that stands in the offices of City Hall today is why, truly, we see that development, Mayor. And I stand here committed, by faith, as your next mayor, to make sure that we will not take one half a step back, not one half a step back to what Camden used to be. Camden is at a level trajectory that is national, is getting national recognition. And I guarantee you, all that are here, and the 77,000 people of Camden, that my administration, along with my city council, and all of you will make sure that Camden will continue to rise as we move Camden forward. know there's a lot of work to be done. But we have created opportunity. And let me explain. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, if your child graduated from high school and wanted to work in the city, the biggest employer was actually municipal government and possibly Hoover Hospital. Now we're going to have a pool of opportunity where our children could be educated in their city, go away to college, come back and work for Holtec, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry, could work for Subaru as an administrator, could work for American Water on the waterfront, or could occupy space at the Liberty Trust building as an attorney, right? We think big. Could open up their medical practice on Market Street. Those are opportunities that did not exist several years ago, and you can't disagree with me. They did not exist. So we have created the opportunity now. What are we talking about? As we move forward, we're coming into every single community in the city of Camden to rebuild the city block by block. Under the partnership with the mayor, we've demolished 600 plus properties over the last several years. And we were able to borrow the money, you know why? Because Camden City finally got their books in order. And when I say their books in order, their finances. You can't be a productive father, home taker, provider, if you don't know what your money is doing or how much you have and where it is. So we've done all the gritty work, right? Now it's time to say, we're going to borrow some money to do some capital improvements, to repave some roads, to continue to build parks. Yes. To continue to build parks and recreation for our children. I am blessed to be the director currently of Camden County Parks and have a phenomenal relationship with the Freeholder Board, and we're truly grateful to them. You know why? Because they have decided to invest in Camden like no other time before. And currently, we're working with a $5 million allotment of real dollars from the county to improve 4 city parks throughout the city of Camden. Why? We want our folks to get out of the homes and enjoy the outdoors. That gives you life. That changes your mindset. If you're feeling a certain way and you want to hurt somebody, God forbid, or hurt yourself, take a walk in the park. You'll see the difference. You'll see the difference. We talk about roads that need to be repaired. We talk about the additional houses that need to be torn down. We talk about the parks and recreation that we continue to improve. And we're going to talk about preparing our people. The core, the foundation of the success of Camden City is how well prepared is the citizenry of Camden City. And look, if you made a tough decision along your life and decided to not continue school or finish school, if you made a decision to take the route and be on a corner and maybe got in trouble at some time, if you made a decision to just make the wrong decisions in life, we're here to tell you today that you have a second chance at changing your life. And our administration is going to make sure that every social service entity that works and operates in the city of Camden shares the same vision as City Hall, and that is to prepare our folks in training, education, personal finance, resume building, getting off of substances if that is a problem, and making sure that you report to work every single day. And if our citizens, many can do it on their own, many need our guidance, can do that, you will see the progress change for the good in the city of Camden. Are you with me with that? Once again, I am grateful to come behind a mayor that set the world on fire. I am truly grateful. I am truly grateful. And the mayor has been the mother figure of the city of Camden. Mayor, you've been the mother to 77,000 plus people. No matter. And there is always a time where things have to happen. And the nurturing of a mother was needed for the last 8 years. And we're grateful that we got it. And we got it from you, Mayor. We did. Now I'm going to speak to the men in the room. It's our journey. As fathers, as the head of households, as the Bible speaks, we love our wives, but we are responsible. We are the head of our household. That's right. I hope there's nobody in here that when someone knocks on your door at 3 in the morning, you send your wife to answer the door. It's our obligation to be the head of this city. And as a man, as a mayor of this city, I'm going to challenge every single man in this city to join hands with me, and let's go get that kid that doesn't have a father. Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? Being the mayor is more than just speaking nicely and wearing good suits. Being the mayor is willing to dirty your feet, your hands, whatever it may be, to get into the trenches and help our residents. And I am committed, and I can say I'm good at it. Listen, folks, I can say things about myself, but guess what? I think the best thing that happened to me was that my mother did leave when I was 4. Because it made me look in the mirror and say, no matter what discussions or differences you may have had with your wife, you must raise your children. Are you with me? We can build skyscrapers, we can improve the streets, but if our children are running in disarray and have no sense of direction, then we're not doing our job. So I stand committed today, tomorrow, and as I've done when I was only 21 and I took on this Project Manhood. And Project Manhood was literally, and I was still learning how to be a man, but to take these young school kids and teach them how to be good men and good, productive residents and society. That's what this administration is going to focus on. We're going to focus on the people, the children. We build equity, and some of you that have properties here are finally seeing equity in your homes. I explain it. You may have a $50,000 mortgage. You may have bought your house for, $50,000. All the development around now gives your house an appraisal of $80,000. You now have $30,000 of equity in your property. That is a good return. Mayor, thank you. So folks are finally having some sort of nest egg that they can look to for their future. But that means nothing if we don't rebuild our people at the same time. So Camden is rising. Camden will continue to rise. And we need to make sure that its people rise with us. Are you with me? So, folks, I am humbled to have the opportunity to serve the city that gave me life, where I was born, where I was raised, where I raised my children, where I sleep every day and night, and where I'm committed to give all that I have to make a better Camden for tomorrow. So I'm asking you, support Angel Fuentes. Join me, Angel. Angel is the ultimate legislator that has done a phenomenal job, and I'm asking you, Angel will continue to work hard and create legislation and be out in the community to take this message. Are you with us? Kroc Jenkins is a man that has provided careers, Local 222, taking kids off the streets as a reset, put them in a pre-apprenticeship program, and they're building these buildings in Camden City. He is truly someone that shares the same vision that we do, and I am proud to call him my brother. Kroc Jenkins, join us, please. And you know, I spoke about the young men, but we have young ladies out there that need role models, folks. We have young ladies that need some sense of direction. There's a lot of negative influence out there that unfortunately gravitates to some of our young ladies. But don't think that I just think that all our kids are bad and are taking the wrong turn. We have a lot of success stories in our city. So we want those success stories that may be in Washington, D.C., New York City, L.A., Florida, Miami, to come back to a Camden, that they can purchase a home, that they can shop local, that they can enjoy concerts in the waterfront, that they can raise their families. And we needed a woman on our council that relates to the grassroots needs of this community. And I'm glad that we have Sheila Davis with Sheila. So team is what I'm going to call you from now on. Let's not allow any imposter that may be roaming the streets of Camden fool anyone into voting for them. These cats, with all due respect, that are out in the streets and running, and this is a democracy, anyone can run, have no clue, have put no sweat equity into what we've seen. All they do is pop up every 4 years and wants to make elected officials' lives miserable.
Tell the truth now.
But one thing we will focus on, like the Bible says, that olive branch. If you want to do right by Camden, we're going to extend it, and we're going to ask you to join us. To join us and share our vision. Our vision will just continue to flourish with all of your visions tied into ours. Because we're not going to figure it out all by ourselves. We need you. But one thing we are committed, that we, along with my colleagues that are here, will do whatever is necessary to continue to improve the quality of life for every single resident in the city of Camden. Are you with me?